Before you click out or scroll to the next video, this video may completely change the way that you view your fitness journey and help you get to where you want to be. Now, I know that sounds pretty crazy, and don't worry, I'm not going to try to sell you anything. This is just a reminder that a lot of us need to hear, so I'm here to give it to you. What we're going to be talking about today is consistency, which I know you've probably heard that one a lot, but the reasons that most people are not consistent. In fact, we're talking about the 3 most common reasons people are unable to be consistent and how you can avoid that so that you can actually see change and progress in your own journey. Now, our first one is going to be lack of consistency on the weekends. This especially applies to people who maybe are looking to change their eating habits and their workout habits. They deprive themselves Monday through Thursday, eating super healthy, working out, staying super active, hitting their step goals, and then come the weekends, they're going out with friends or they're at home drinking, doing things that are only going to throw them into this vicious cycle. Every now and then, it's not going to necessarily derail you from your progress, but if you're doing that every weekend, think about how many weekends are in a year. Those add up. So the best way to overcome the weekender issue, as we'll call it, is to add a little bit of balance throughout your week. That way you're not creating this restriction mindset and feeling like you have to binge on the weekends because that's the only time you get to have this. You can't establish rules for yourself because your brain is only going to go crazy when the rules go away, aka the weekends pop up. So maybe that means adding a little bit of chocolate chips on your oatmeal. Or maybe it means if you're going out a lot to happy hours, try to stay sober for most of them, but every once in a while, maybe have a little tequila water. That way, every time you go to a bar, you no longer feel like it's your one time to get a drink. So reframing that mindset so that you no longer view the weekend as a chance to cheat. Same thing applies for vacations. Numero dos, the hurdles in your life. Hurdles can often be things like your job, the relationships. Sometimes it can be family. Sometimes it can be things like time. When it comes to hurdles like friendships or family who maybe discourage you from going on a fitness journey because they don't want to see you change or they think it's weird that you're staying in to work out instead of going out with them, that really becomes a time to prioritize who your real friends are. And I know that's a hard thing to say, but it does give you the opportunity to start maybe joining some run clubs or talking to more people at the gym. That way you can start connecting with people that better align with your goals and where you're wanting to go. When it comes to a family, yeah, that can be some tough waters to navigate. At the end of the day, it just comes to communication and being open with your family members on what you want to achieve, maybe what they want to achieve, and see if you can find some common ground, like going on a walk with each other after a meal, or maybe it's you showing them a new workout that you really enjoy. Meet them halfway. You never know what they may be open to if you position it in a way that they like. And then of course with a busy job, hectic schedule, that really comes down to time blocking and prioritizing the free time and the little free time that you do have when you have it. 3, the biggest one, you give up because you don't see the changes in the allotted amount of time that you expected to see changes. I see this all the time with fitness influencers and sometimes even fitness coaches. It's a great tactic to say, you're gonna lose this amount of weight in this amount of time. Live body That's a great tactic, and yes, there are some people who can see extraordinary results in that amount of time. I've worked with individuals to transform their bodies in that amount of time, but there's also majority of people who come to me saying, I want to lose 10 pounds in 2 months, or I want a super flat stomach at the end of these 3 months, which is great goals to have, but you have to remember that maybe in order to lose 10 pounds, you first need to fix your metabolism. Maybe in order to achieve that flat stomach, you first need to work on building lean muscle. So we'll need to increase your calories for a little bit. So there's many different things that can add on the time it takes to see the results that you want to see. And if you start putting yourself in a box, creating these false expectations for yourself, the only thing you're going to achieve is let down. So be honest with yourself. If you're working with a coach, really ask them, how long do you think it's going to take me to see XYZ, so that you can level set your expectations. And that is one of the most common reasons I see people give up, because they don't achieve what they think they should have achieved in a certain amount of time, or they're comparing themselves to other people on the internet who achieved their same goal in less amount of time, when they don't think about things like genetics, what that person may do for a living, maybe the shape that they're already in. There's so many other factors. Maybe they grew up as an athlete and they can just build muscle a little bit quicker because they've done it when they were younger. There's so many factors that go into it that you have to keep in mind. So that's why I remind everyone, you have to be consistent. For anyone who is struggling a little bit, needs that extra boost of motivation, that's what this video is for. That's the sole purpose of it. So I hope it helps you in some way, shape, or form, and I hope at least one person out there takes away something. Comment below on whatever it is that you want to see, whether it's activewear hauls, workouts, day in the lives. I'd love to bring it to you. See you later.